It is about to be loud in this arena as we get set for the host nation, Brazil, taking on the Dominican Republic in the final game of the quarterfinals here at the FIBA AmeriCup. Already 3 spots locked in for semifinal action. Brazil and Dominican Republic battling for a chance to play Canada in the semifinals. Here are the games that we've seen so far and one to come. Canada defeating Mexico 82-77. The U.S. defeating Puerto Rico in a last-second bucket by Norris Cole. And Argentina flat out dominant against Venezuela. Road to the finals. The path for Brazil has to go through Dominican Republic, eventually Canada, and they'll have a shot at playing in the final on Sunday. Fans making their way to their seats here in Recife, Brazil. A lot of gold and green throughout the crowd. Fans both young and old in the arena as Dominican Republic runs through the tunnel and introduced here in the semifinal. They will be without Castillo, who has the injury, the injured hand that was suffered in the game against Argentina. He has his right hand in a cast, so they're already down a man, but they'll be looking for Angel Delgado to go to work and dominate for the DR. Here is the home team. A 3-0 record to start here in the round robin. Brazil beat Canada in the opening game, 9-point win there. They dominated Colombia, beating them by 40 points, and then got past Uruguay, a 10-point win in the final game in the round robin. So unscathed, the #1 seeded team here in a knockout round, and they're the last team to play with a chance to play Canada in the semifinals. There's the AmeriCup mascot with the final couple high fives for Mariano and DePaula. And we'll all rise here in the arena and pause for the singing of the national anthems.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Hino Nacional da República Dominicana. E agora todos, numa só voz, o hino nacional do Brasil. Cumprimento dos atletas. Aquele último amor envolvido antes do jogo.
Big game atmosphere here in the ticket for the semifinals on the line. Quarterfinal action as we take a look at the three officials who will be in charge of this game. Vasquez, Garcia, and Renault. From Puerto Rico, Venezuela, and the United States of America. Starting five on its way for the Dominican Republic, who are here after a loss to Puerto Rico, a win against the Virgin Islands, and then another loss to Argentina, but they did enough in terms of point differential to sneak in to the knockout stage here. And Juan Suro, Roas, Feliz, Perez, and Delgado. Starting five for head coach Melvin Lopez, who again at 1-2, the only 1-2 team here in the knockout stage, sneaking into the tournament to play the #1 seeded host nation Brazil. And they were #1 seed by a basket due to point differential. Argentina trying to score in their final game at the buzzer, weren't able to do it, so we see Brazil now playing the Dominican Republic. Here's the starting five for Brazil. We see Felicio back into the starting lineup for the Brazilians. Huertas, Leonardo, Diaz, De Paula. Brazil deciding to go with a little bit more size here, and inserting Felicio and Leonardo back in the starting lineup. Diaz, no small fry himself for Gustavo Conte, the head coach of Brazil. Keys to the game, Javon Shepard, Carlin Gay on the call for the Dominican Republic, a team that most are expecting to try and bring some heart, energy, and effort. Where do they got to do that? Do more than that, actually get the win and move on to the semifinals.
Well, right out the gate, they have to be the one to win the offensive boards, right? And be a dog down there and give themselves a number of second chance opportunities. And secondly, right, forcing turnovers and generating some offense off their turnovers and getting out to transition, getting some easy ones. But they have to, I think more importantly, the biggest factor is in that half court, they have to be the team that's going to execute far better than Brazil tonight.
On the other end, as we count down towards tip-off, Brazil undefeated in group play. The young fans have been treated to an incredible performance from them here at home. They fed off the energy of the crowd, but in each game, we've seen them kind of slowly start. Is that the key to the game for you, getting off fast?
Getting off that to a quick start, but I think more than anything, you know, throughout this tournament, we've seen a lot of great guard play. But this game, for me, is going to come down to the bigs of Brazil. You know, they have a number that are over there that can wear down Delgado and have different styles of game, but at the same time, physical. Felicio, Lucas Diaz, Lucas Mariano, you know, guys that can really lay the wood down low, but at the same time, can stretch the floor. So that's where this game has got to be won for Brazil.
These two teams have met 10 times in AmeriCup play, Brazil winning 8 of them. Brazil have won the last 3 games in this 2022 AmeriCup, after only winning 2 of their last 11 games across the 3 previous editions of the tournament. They've conceded fewer than 70 points in each of their 3 games in this year's AmeriCup, doing it defensively as well as offensively. Dominican Republic, we talked about crashing the glass. They've averaged 24.3 offensive rebounds in the AmeriCup so far. Big key to the game and a big key to them staying close and giving themselves a chance for the upset here in Recife. Brazil will be wearing the green uniforms, Dominican Republic in the white. Delgado and Felicio will jump. Referees are ready. Scores table is ready. We're ready. Quarterfinal number 4 here in Recife. Dominican Republic control. The winner will play Canada on Saturday local time. In the semifinals, it is Felice. Delgado screens for him. Felice hesitating. Suro with 5 to shoot. Puts it on the deck to Paula. Good defense as he swats it away. Brazil early on putting the clamps on the DR. It's Diaz. Rojas bumping with him. Diaz. Soft touch.
Great start for Brazil there. You get the defensive stop to Paula, then the block shot, and then Diaz down low there, right? You're not gonna, when you play that one-on-one coverage, there's gonna be curtains. He's gonna feast, he's gonna eat all night. Great recognition right there and taking it to the heart of Dominican right early.
Felice turns the corner. Skip pass, Rojas open for 3. Indeed. It's a good look there by Felice, and Rojas catch and shoot ready.
Great look, and Lucas Diaz didn't want to get out there. Well, that's a knockdown. Didn't have to run out to shooters off the three-point line.
It'll be Diaz on the other end, going to work on the block, and Rojas called for the foul. Once he had both elbows in the back. A much bigger Diaz.
See here, great play to Paula, great anticipation, getting a finger on it. And then on the other end, Lucas Diaz, you can just see there, size.
Out of the replay off of a Diaz 3 that he knocks down, makes it 5 to 3 in favor of Brazil. A lot on the shoulders of Felice in this game to find open looks for his teammates. A foul on Leonardo there as he was trying to work around the screen.
And what we talked about right out of the, see here, the 3 by Lucas Diaz. When we talked about the keys to the game, one of the keys to the game for Brazil was the bigs, right? And Lucas Diaz coming out and showing us the versatility. Early play in the post and stretching the floor.
Rojas tees up that's a 2, foot on the line. Strong rebound inside by Perez, a fresh shot clock for the DR. It's Felice, he'll tee up a 3, in and out. De Paula, Huertas. Felicio got down the floor quickly and now looking to post up on Felice. Open is Leonardo for 3. Too strong, De Paula with the tap, can't get it to go. And it's going to stay here. Good hustle there by De Paula to gain possession. De Paula thought it was going the other way. Diaz sprinting in there saying, go and inbound the ball before they change their mind. It'll be Huertas. De Paula. Inside they go, Felicio. He faces up the jab, now turns his back. Delgado puts a hand in his face, it doesn't matter.
That's tough. I was just about to say, Felicio shouldn't be letting anybody off the hook, letting Delgado off the hook, going to a jump shot. But showing his touch there, laughing on his way back, bouncing Delgado. He's ready to play, he's ready to hoop, let's get it.
It'll be Perez on the bounce. Delgado eating the space that Perez was going to go to work with. 3 to shoot, Delgado knows it, so he'll tee up the 2. Left it short, Huertas on the run. Felicio screen, Huertas floater. Can't get it to go, the tap back, Diaz, no. And Felice comes the other way. A chance for Dominican to get an easy look. It's a good transition D by the Brazilians. There's some cross matchups here. Let's see if the DR could take advantage of it. Masuro kicks Felice, good jab step. And the feed down low to Delgado. He gets hammered, he'll go to the line for 2 shots.
And Delgado, great penetration there, but Delgado's got to do a better job of just catching the ball and getting up off of the floor quick. Remember, they're going to be crunching down and scrambling, and also just laying hard fouls on it. You just see it here to really beat him up a bit throughout the game. Catch the ball, go up quick, get yourself some and 1 opportunities.
Angel Delgado misses the free throw, 27 years of age from Santo Domingo, 6'10", 240. 4 years at Seton Hall, was a two-time AP Honorable All-American. Played last season in the ACB. Has signed for the Turkish League coming up this season. He's a terrible free throw shooter. Shot 37% last year. And 1 of 2 from the line on that trip. Huertas kicks to DePaula. DePaula on the baseline. Now working on Feliz. DePaula, good footwork. Tried to feed it inside to Felicio, but Delgado coming up with a pickpocket. Feliz trying to find Delgado. Stolen by Leonardo, who's in the open floor. Huertas from the corner. Got it.
Leonardo pushing the whole way. Everybody knew it, right? With intent, had no intention of scoring the basket and the kick out.
Another turnover here for the DR, and this is not what they want to see. As Huertas using the Felicio screen inside. Timeout, Coach Lopez. 12-4. Brazil in front with 5:20 to play. Listen to this place.
Great energy, and both feeding off of each other. Players feeding off of this energy, the crowd feeding off of the play of Brazil. Just forcing turnovers, being aggressive. They just look like they're enjoying themselves out there, having fun playing the game.
That's listening to Coach Lopez.
Salida del tirador, llamamos D5, Juan Miguel. Xavier, guíame, me voy, D5, Colomé, viene por debajo. La idea es moverlo y tratar de meter la pelota adentro con Ángel. Y a partir de ahí jugamos. Que la pelota le llegue a Ángel adentro.
Ven acá, óyeme. Metieron 12 puntos. 12 puntos. Óyeme, mírame. Ángel, 11. 12 puntos. Este triple de pérdida. La otra de pérdida. Ahí hay 5. Feliz y un fadeaway. Y después no cambiamos la salida. Y después a la derecha, Xavier. Win. 5 goles.
Vamos.
Huertas with 5 points and counting on the night. Let's take a look at some of his work. It'll be DR basketball on the inbound after the timeout. Colome into the game for the Dominican Republic. Suro joins him on the floor with Feliz, Rojas, and Delgado. Pola hounding the basketball. DR is going to have to look for scoring from someone outside of Delgado. Could it be Suro? Could it be Feliz? This is Feliz. Finds Rojas. Deep 2. Can't get it to go. Leonardo clears. Diaz. Sitting down and now going to work on Rojas. Felicio with the cut. Jump hook. Puts it down.
That's the advantage, right? You have now, you're posting up your four-man, getting his back to the basket in the block, and Felicio, the 5, cutting into the paint, right? Cutting through like a guard, slashing there, and then showing you a little skill, a little finesse, a little spin cycle in the paint.
It's Delgado. He's fouled on the ground, so don't count the basket. As he was trying to go to work on Felicio.
You see it here, Felicio standing him up, and you can just see the frustration by Delgado there. Look at the size difference. Like these two, Delgado's a big fella, right? And you put him alongside Felicio, and he looks like he's a wing player out there.
You mentioned that Felicio was smiling after that turnaround jump shot. He's been smiling since. He and Delgado exchanged some words as Felicio went to the bench with his second foul.
I think we've seen that some words exchanged in the first quarter of every quarterfinals game that we've called today.
Colome with the step back, and that was nasty. Much needed basket there for the Dominican. Huertas comes over the screen, and if you're not up on him, you'll figure out a way to put it down.
A great read there, just turning the screen and giving him a better angle. And Huertas just taking advantage of it, getting into his jumper, pulling up clean.
Colome turns the corner. Good show there by Lima. Force him back out on the perimeter. It's Feliz. Has his man fall, and he puts in the 2. Leonardo looking like a bowling pin tumbling in the lane, and Feliz cashes in as a zone being played now by the DR. Lima sets for Huertas. Huertas rejects this time. Finds a way to get it off the glass and sends it home.
Just so good with angles, right? Just playing there, patient. You know, just found a way, turn garbage into gold there in that zone play. Great job by screening the outside of the zone and just being crafty as he is.
Ruas. This is Colome. To the corner, Feliz for 3. Got the kind roll.
Back-to-back buckets by Feliz, and he's another player that you want to step up. You were asking where can some offense come from if it's not going to be Delgado, and that man right there, he has the ability. You want to see him step up and be more aggressive. You know, the rest of the last 2 minutes of this quarter here.
Coach Conti barking out instructions at Didi Lozada, who just checked into the game. Leonardo will leave. There you see Lozada. You can see the potential for Didi. We just haven't seen a complete game from him here at the AmeriCup. Would love to see him have a great performance in the knockout stage and try to remind everybody that he is an NBA talent.
Just still so young, right? 23 years old, and you're talking about you're playing with a team that has some experience and some talented guys that are play at a high level and sustain that level. So he's got a number of vets that he can sit and learn from and continue to build his play and be a bit more consistent.
There he is guarding Rojas. Lees a kick inside. Rodriguez pulls up for 2, drills it. That's a tough shot from the big.
Made it look easy. Little corner, floater, showing his touch.
Diaz and Huertas pitch it back and forth. Now Huertas attacking. De Paula puts it on the ground, slips it inside to Lima. He blows the layup, and Delgado vacuums it in. Delgado puts it on the deck. Thought about a 2 instead. He'll screen and roll this time. Delgado's strong move, tapped up by Rodriguez, and what a response by the DR after that timeout.
And that's what you want, right? Delgado getting it, rolling hard to the basket, catches it, goes up quick, and that also gives his offense opportunity to crash the boards and put himself in position like you see there to get a tip-in.
Minute 28 to play in the first. Brazil searching for answers in their huddle. out of the timeout, Coach Conti will go to his bench. If you take a look at that last tap-in by Rodriguez. And Rodriguez with that mid-range jump shot off the bounce. It's a good matchup here coming up in this last second as Batista comes away with the steal. Colome laying it in and ties the game. Began to say a good matchup between Batista and Santos. Those two will do battle here as reserves. Batista, mayor of Clamp City. And Santos has been a microwave off the bench. Another turnover here by Brazil. They're all out of sorts here, closing the first quarter. Gonna be Rojas on the inbound. Rodriguez, Delgado. Delgado puts it on the deck, attacking Lima. Fouls on the floor. That's the fourth team foul here for Brazil in this period.
As you see here, Delgado just attacking the high side of Lima. And he just knows to keep that dribble alive and bullying through.
Perez will inbound for the DR. Going to regain the lead. They were down by as many as 10 before this run. Colome left it short over the outstretched arms of Lozada. Lozada shaking his head on the way back down. You see why Batista and Santos is going to be fun, not allowing Santos to even dribble up to the midcourt line.
Santos he's gotta know who's in front of him right now. Batista, pesky, not gonna be afraid of his speed. He knows his sole role out there right now is to get up into these guards and be disruptive, and that's what he's going to do. So if you're Batista, if you're Dos Santos, you got to be strong with the ball. You got to be aware of what's around you.
Santos put his foot on the gas pedal but missed the layup. Batista will come the other way. Colome's been aggressive looking for his offense. About a 7-second differential between shot and game. As Batista looks to get it inside to Rodriguez, and he'll go to work on Lozada, and Lozada gets called for the foul, which will send Rodriguez to the line.
It's almost reminiscent of how Brazil started the game. You know, just picking on smaller players. Here you see Lozada being up.
Didn't see much there, honestly, on the foul call, but Rodriguez will take it. And he's at the foul line, and oof. That is an interesting form for Rodriguez, but it splashes through on the front end.
Get a closer look at it, see the technique here. Probably not what we learned at shooting camp. And
Suro even talking about it, his own teammate on the bench. But he was able to knock down two, so shoot it underhand, shoot it overhand, toss it behind his head if two falls through.
Listen, as long as the name of the game is to get the ball through the hoop, so whatever way you got to get it there.
Brazil could hold for the final look here in the quarter. That brought Huertas back onto the floor. Look at Batista getting into him. Huertas, the floater, can't get it to go, and credit Batista, who is clapping his team off the floor. Huertas staring over in the direction of Batista. We have a good one shaping up here in the final quarterfinal game of the day. Brazil up down two to Dominican Republic after one. The stats from the first frame. Both teams finding the touch from deep. Moving the ball well as well. Here are the best sights and sounds from the first quarter of play. reminder, you can download the Courtside 1891 app for streams, schedules, scores, and so much more. You can scan the QR code to do it quickly or head over to your app store, find Courtside 1891, and download it now. Keep up to date with everything FIBA AmeriCup here in Brazil. We also have Eurobasket happening, the upcoming FIBA Basketball World Cup. So much hoops. Courtside 1891, your best friend for you. An 11-0 run by the Dominican Republic. After being down by as many as 10, they fought back. And here they go to start the second period.
Dominican, that first quarter, you know, some great bench contribution. I thought the bench came in, gave them a lift, and they rode that wave, right, on an 11-0 run. And you look at the bench scoring that they've had, plus 11 in that department, right? So Brazil's usually been the catalyst in that area of this tournament, in the sense that they've had the deeper bench, they've had the contributions, and Dominican coming up and stepping in.
Mariano for three, can't get it to go. Lozada tapped it. Santos wants it, and they kick it out for him. Colome watching Santos. Minero with the tough screen. Mariano will try again. Can't get it to go. And Rodriguez scoops it up. Colome running down the floor. Rojas was stripped. And Santos goes sliding in nearly into the LED boards. Possession will stay here with 18 on the shot clock for Dominican Republic to work with.
Not the best space in there. You see white shirts on top of one another, but you can just see the intent. As soon as you get the basketball, just get out and run.
Bautista directing traffic. It's Martinez, hesitating. Tossed one up, wild one. That wasn't pretty, but it was effective.
Well, even he had to laugh at that.
A foul before the shot. And Bautista putting up his hand, saying, that was me. Four-point game here. Approaching the 9-minute mark in the second. Santos. Lozada puts it on the deck. Minero. Santos now attacking. Inside, Santos. Always finding the angle, no matter how small.
So quick, right? Just gets into that little gap right there and lose control of the ball. But as he's getting it, he's bursting, he's getting to another gear and leads him, takes that momentum to the basket.
Colome was fouled before getting into his move by Benite. And the pressure that the Dominican Republic are putting on the rims, forcing Brazil to foul more than we've usually seen in this tournament.
See here, just that blur, and not even Bautista was quick enough to get in front. That's a quick guard himself.
Santos' first two. He's only taken 2 shots. Coming off the bench for Brazil. Sudro back into the game, so is Feliz. Rodriguez sees an opening, so he puts his head down, takes it, and makes it.
Dominican making some noise now, right? You can just see Brazil's on their heels a bit.
Really seen this throughout for Brazil. Struggling to start in the first half. And here the crowd now rising to the occasion, trying to fire them up. Lozada. Educated feet that time for Didi. Feliz was fouled, and again, little ticky-tack foul by Brazil here in this game as the crowd was starting to give them some momentum.
Feliz just a good read here. You can just see Mariano jumping out to double on that side, a hard hedge on, him getting to his right hand, and reads it, goes left, rejects that, and draws the foul.
Saw Martinez leave the game. He's playing more minutes here in this one as Castillo out with the hand injury. His tournament is over. Rodriguez for three. Check that. They're going to call it a long two and review it at the next whistle. So for now, a 4-point lead for the DR. And Rodriguez has come to play off the bench with 10 points, 4-4 from the field. Benitez three no good. Colome rips it out of the hands of a couple of players and sprints back the other way. Sudro, what a crossover by Sudro to the rack. The confident Dominican Republic lead by 6. Sudro's first two here in the game. Monero inside, Mariano. That's a tough shot, made even tougher by Colome's defense. Feliz directing traffic. A lot of confusion right now from the Dominican. Rodriguez tries to bail him out. He left it short, and that was his first miss of the game. Santos looking for Mariano, stolen. Ahead, Colome couldn't handle it, able to get the possession back. And here's Feliz. Feliz slips it inside, Delgado. Can't get it to go, tough rebound, a fresh 14. And Sudro says, let's run a horn set. Doesn't get that set, but he'll go to work on Benitez. Euroing, no shot. And Coach Lopez saying fine. But that looked as though it could have been and one.
May have had a case.
They call the foul on the floor. What energy and effort by that man right there. Colome leaves the game with 5 points. Just under 10 minutes of play. He was a plus 14 in his time on the floor. 14 on the shot clock for the DR to work with. Bautista will trigger the inbound. He's got to get it in. Just gets it in to Feliz. He uses the Delgado screen. Delgado down the lane. Nice ball fake as he lays it in. Angel Delgado feeling it here in Recife.
Great roll and the shot from hands and good ball control there to finish it, and he knows it, right? Feeling that energy. You can see him running back, going to his bench and saying, listen, we got a game here. This wasn't going to be a cakewalk.
30-22 your score. And here is the Brazilian huddle. Production off the bench, you wanted it, and you've gotten it from Rodriguez in double figures with 10 points, 4 or 5 from the field. Here's his best work so far tonight.
Just leading it there, leading away from the defense, got to finish. And here, just, I don't know if he meant to get that up there, but when you see one basket go and two go, you just start to feel good. And got it up there, read the defense, nobody's gonna cover you. Well then look, I'm here for a reason, right? Coaches trust me, let it up.
Mariano straight on three. No good. Offensive rebound there by Mineiro. Dominican Republic can't allow Brazil to out-hustle them, something you highlighted at the start of this game. Suro steps into a 2, got it.
This is what happens when you give a team confidence, right? Everybody starts stepping up and hitting shots. And you're in a do or die game, win or go home. Crazy things can happen. Crazy things can happen. So if you're Brazil, you gotta buckle down right now. Because this team believes, this Dominican team believes it, and they're playing like it.
Batista picks up the foul there as he reached in on Mariano. Really wasn't much he could do. You saw the size discrepancy between the two.
Mariano gets that ball that low, there's nothing anybody can do. You see his backside there, his broad shoulders.
Makes the free throw. You look at his size and you think that this is just a bruiser inside, but he can stretch the floor and does it effectively. Shooting a little bit below his clip from deep here in the AmeriCup. 33% coming into this game, and he missed second of 2 free throws. Still got it. Batista gets trapped, finds Rodriguez, who left his feet to pass and got away with it. Suro will have to dance and put it up for 3. Tried to bank it in. Feliz, tough rebound, and a tough finish.
Energy plays, energy and hustle plays, right? And we highlighted that earlier as well. Offensive rebounds, Feliz getting on it. This is a guard getting in there, getting the offensive board, and still, you know, the freedom to make a play and get a bucket out of it.
They're trying to go inside to Mariano. They finally do, and he pounds it home. A little bit of extra oomph on the rim, and the shot clock is still rattling. Will that get his Brazilian squad focus? Suro, the trap again. Skip pass, Batista for 3, no good. Leonardo tracks it down. Mariano for 3. Can't get it to go. Last touched by Lozada. Will go the other way.
Mariano dunked that first ball so hard that the rim still rattled. He probably would have made that shot. You see it here, just dumping it down. Got the defense on his high side, and you just see him gather up. A little ticked off, and you can just see it here, ripping the rim. A little hang. Almost brought it down. And I'm going to tell him once. I'm telling him once and once only. Listen, I'm going to a Brazilian steakhouse tonight. We don't have any time for any delays. We're going to need that rim to stay up there, big fella.
A wide open dunk like that. The way he rattled it, I'm still nervous. It still may come down.
I got plans.
Delgado inside. He has plans on scoring a bucket here as he works on Mariano, and Mariano sends it back. Huertas, skip pass. Lozada puts it on the deck, driving. Leonardo for 3, indeed.
Great sequence there. You get a block shot, cross-court pass, skip pass, and a shot, right? A shot, and now you got this crowd into it, crowd energized. 4-point lead for Dominican, but you can already tell that momentum is shifted right now. Everybody in the arena is energized. Here you see here just that left hand and takes the contact, blocks it with the right, and Huertas is out. Corner kick out, shots knocked down, and the whole place goes crazy.
See the emotion, the passion of international basketball. And your country's name on your chest just feels different. It hits different, as the kids will say. A foul there by Diaz, a little too aggressive on Delgado.
That's a different fight when you got that country on your chest. You're not just playing for, you know, a community. You're not just playing for a paycheck. You're playing for generations. You're playing for culture. You're playing for for heritage. It's more than just, you know, one game. It's deep.
Leonardo pokes it away, lands in the hands of Huertas. He's looking to try and set something up. And Suro with the foul. Huertas complaining that he was fouled way before that, and the whistle never blew. Sudo's first. You're right, partner. You could feel the momentum shifting in this game.
The energy, you can feel, so loud in here that you can feel the ground vibrating, you can feel the court vibrating, and that right there tells you, this is a different tempo, a different pace. And guys on the court feed off of that, right? I always call it the invisible sixth man on the court.
Huertas. Turns, looks, Mariano, deep post position. He couldn't get any deeper than that. He would have been out of bounds.
And all the way down there, he didn't even turn over, just had his back to the baseline there. Defense sealed behind him, and great touch finishing. He's had a nice stretch the last 2-3 minutes.
Delgado is dared to take the two, takes it, misses it. And Brazil with a chance to take the lead on this possession. It's Diaz. Huertas would have had an open three if he caught that cleanly. Good hesitation dribble by Huertas. He attacks the basket. Feliz on the foul. Fourth team foul for the Dominican with 1:31 here to play in the first half. Rodriguez back into the game, replacing Sudo as we take a look at the last action.
Just looks like he has Colomé on his backside and doesn't even turn around, just knows he has a side. Feliz coming over to try and help, but he's just too big, too strong, and the skill to just finish on the other side with the inside hand.
Again, Mariano, deep post position. Gets the pass. They say no shot. 3 seconds in the key. And Mariano not agreeing with that call.
And you can see Dominican right now, they're discussing it. They're trying to get a three-way switch going on with Rodriguez and Colomé. To say, Rodriguez, you got to come in with your bigger size, and I'll run out and not allow Mariano to get those deep touches.
Coach Conti, you saw him screaming, saying that there was a foul before the 3-second call. He's still going at the official. Mariano will sit. A little defense for offense as we close this half. No fouls either way to give. Colomé. Rodriguez attacking the glass. Can't get it to go. A late whistle. And a foul is called that will send Rodriguez to the line.
And I like it. I like this type of game here. The refs are letting these guys play. And now you got to respond, right? And you've seen a couple guys that come down for these the last time just looking at the refs for a call. Well, no. They're letting you play both ways. You got to continue to fight through it. And this is what, it's playoff. It's not pool. It's not pool play anymore. You're in the quarterfinals. You're playing for something. There's no looking at the refs. There's no, pointing fingers or making excuses. It's now or never.
A warning sent to Coach Conti. And now he picks up the technical because he didn't stop. Coach Conti had the warning. He kept barking and picks up the tech. And that will send Feliz to the line for the free throw. And he nails it. Conti still going. Rodriguez at the foul line, always an adventure. And this is the first.
We've seen some stranger free throw, forms rather. Amigo from Mexico and Rodriguez here.
Goes 0 for 2 from the line. Leonardo dribbling in the front court, hiding behind Mariano. And that's a hard foul by Delgado. He got his money's worth on that one. Leonardo was asking for the intentional or unsportsmanlike, I should say. He didn't swipe at the basketball, though.
That was a frustration foul there. He got popped the play before. It looks like in the nose, potentially. And said, look, if I'm not getting a foul, nobody's playing basketball.
It's his first foul as the officials discuss whether or not that should be an unsportsmanlike. And they're going to take a look at this, see whether or not They'll upgrade the foul call. I think it's the right decision here. 5.7 seconds remaining in the first half. Let's listen in on the officials' conversation.
I'm watching. Still, let's formalize foul.
I saw some swing, but I don't know. I don't have any.
Look, for me, this is a basket. It's normal basket. What's your opinion?
Okay, he go from the back to the front, like swing, but he hit the ball, and then he does the arm. So it's a basket.
It's a basketball. Normal basketball.
Normal basketball play.
Heard the referees discuss it.
Normal basket.
We shot a normal foul.
And a normal foul is called, or a common foul. And that will send Leonardo to the free throw line for 2 shots. Great job by crew here. We've added cameras for the knockout rounds. Tell that the referees are mic'd up. The huddle's mic'd up, giving us access as if we are wearing one of the jerseys playing ourselves. As Leonardo knocks down the first. Brazil out of timeouts here in this half. Dominican Republic has 1 remaining. And after the wave of emotion over the last couple of minutes, it feels like the Dominican Republic have been able to withstand that. They'll take the timeout. And we'll listen in to their huddle with 55.7 to play in the game, or rather in the half. 1-point game. Dominican in front.
Que si ellos van a presionar, Xavier, Ramito y Andrés, saque Colomé, así. Okay. La pelota la va a subir Manito. Manito sube la bola. Andrés, Xavier y Ángel Luis. Quiero, cuando él la traiga, la va a traer, no, a este lado, Ángel Luis. La va a traer por este lado. Él va a venir a hacer los coqueos y se va. Ataca, trata de conseguir.
Una rápida para tener 3 por 1. Una rápida.
Well, it's been a great day of basketball. We've seen Canada, US, Argentina victorious. Looking for the 4th winner in our 4th game. That winner will play Canada in the semis on Saturday local time. Right now, Dominican Republic trying to play spoilers to this Brazilian party that's been waiting to happen for a week now. Dominican up by 1. Delgado out of the timeout on the block. There's space for him, and he looks to go to work. That's Delgado's bag, isn't it? He's saying too small.
That's nice. It could seem way too small. I'm out here to play. Good job by Dominican breaking that 2-2-1 press while Brazil trying to kill some clock.
Santos left, Batista in the dust, and then Monero blows the layup. Shot clock, game clock, almost identical. DR could hold for the final look here. Here comes the screening Delgado. The trap. Batista going to have to put it up for 3. Can't get it to go, and that's how we'll end the first half. Feliz and Santos, a little smoke in the quarterfinals. Nose to nose in front of the Dominican bench.
Oh, we like this.
Santos and Feliz. Back and
Get a
forth.
fire in here.
Let's see how the referees decide to handle this.
These guys, they're playing for something.
they got to go through the same tunnel back to the locker room.
They are playing for something. You can tell. You can see it, the fire, the passion. And Felice feels like he got pushed in the back on that last play there. May have a case. He's been getting bumped around all game, and he's just tired of it.
What a way to end a fiery first half. 37-34, your score. Dominican Republic looking for the upset. The stats from the first 20 minutes of play as the officials will go to the review and we will listen in on the conversation.
Esperamos que los equipos se van.
Sí, no, que esperen los coaches.
Okay, los coaches. Esperan los coaches.
Good old basketball brouhaha as Felice and Santos making things interesting to close the first half. A first half that sees Dominican with plenty of fight, battling, and they take a 3-point lead into the halftime break. See Coach Lopez trying to hold back Felice. Conti on the court, telling Felice to relax a little bit. We're only playing basketball. But Felice's beef was the fact that he felt like he got pushed in the back on the final possession. And there might have been an intent to injure there. You see it there in real time. It looks a lot worse than maybe it did in slow motion. Nonetheless, Felice didn't appreciate it. And he wanted to let Santos know about it. Well, that's the reason why we're in the review to see how the officials will deal with this coming out of the break. Coach Conti for Brazil already has a technical foul. Now, we didn't do much to incite this, so doubt that he would get that second tech, but that is worth noting.
2 on 10. The 14 was trying to avoid the fight. You know what I mean? On what? You? Really? Pídela de nuevo para atrás.
So the officials taking their time with this one. This could be an important juncture in the game. Have you ever had a situation like this when you were playing where something happened right before the half? How did it change the game when it did?
Oh, all the time, right? And you get, tied up like this, and more importantly, I think the biggest thing that happens is the momentum shift, and depending on which way the whistle goes, oftentimes it deflates one team, right? So it's always interesting to see how the referees handle the situation. And I think they try and be as neutral as possible, because coming out of a half in such a close game, that can be a big game, a big play, a big momentum shift.
Coach Lopez and both Conti and their staffs are both on the floor waiting for the decisions. That's always interesting because the players are in the locker room trying to figure out what happened. And as this continues to go on, now, by the way, the timing for halftime, the halftime break has not started yet, so they'll get the full time between the second and third. Here is the officials and what they've decided.
On this side, 10, technical foul. On this side, number 2, technical foul. On this side, 14, technical foul. That's it. Okay?
So
we resume the game with 1 shot. And right alternative position.
3 technical fouls handed out, 2 of them going to Brazil, which means when we rejoin you for the second half, the DR will be going to the line for free throw after the technical foul. Here's the stats after all that. For the first 20 minutes of play, what you won't see on the stat line is a nose-to-nose between Santos and Felice. but a lot of heart, a lot of fight for Brazil, who most people had pretty much counted out coming into this game. And the undefeated host nation is on the ropes at the halftime break. Well, we'll leave you with the best sights and sounds and remind you we'll be back for the second half as the Dominican Republic lead 37-34 over Brazil. The winner moves on to the semifinals and a date with Canada on Saturday.
Who will you become when the moment arrives and you're carrying the expectations of an entire nation, representing your people and their dreams, the colorful faces in the streets, the screaming fans in the stands? It's time to make your move. All eyes on you, all hope, all heart. Because when you win for all.
Offensive rebound goes awry and toward the other way. Look at this aggressiveness, as you said, and he attacks the right, puts it in.
Again, you see the attack here, right to left, and boom, knocks the defense off with that shoulder, not afraid of contact.
And Nesbitt will corral and start the first possession for the Virgin Islands. Aska, hard dribble, blocked by Condon.
There he is, right? Immediate impact.
All in play now. Cheatman above everybody.
You know what? That only matters when you got natural springs, because time off doesn't matter. You just get above the rim.
Fly too early on. La Pregame. Perez all over him. La Pregame spinning in the lane. That's a tough shot.
Some guys just know how to get a bucket. That's a professional score right there. There's nothing you can do about it.
Working on the defense. Zimmerman, the behind the back look to Canio.
A little spice on that.
It's the first time we've seen that from him. fires it inside to Deck, and he lays it in. Largest lead of the game for Argentina right now. Deck with 21 leads to a timeout. See what happens at that 10-second mark. It's Waters attacking the floater. No goal. Oh, Romero on the cleanup. Oh, what a night for that man. Still a chance to tie for VI. Waters pushes to Condon. Reyes attacking. Oh! Rejected by Christmas. Colome spinning. Delgado! With the facial.
Colome here gets into fifth gear to spin. He was a little out of control, but still had enough. See here to drop it down, to spin. Knows what Delgado is, and Delgado just jumping above.
Nesbitt. Great job by Mojica, not losing to the screen. Oh, hello! Henson with the facial.
Wow.
Welcome back to a red-hot Recife, Brazil, the AmeriCup quarterfinals. As the Dominican Republic lead by 3 at the half, 37-34 your score. A reminder, you can find streams, schedules, scores, extended highlights, and so much more on the Courtside 1891 app. Scan the QR code, download the app, catch the games in its entirety on demand, and so much more from the AmeriCup here in Brazil. Well, a spirited first half. Toughness shown by the team in white, the Dominican Republic, not rolling over and allowing Brazil to have their coronation tonight. But it's only half the work done. 20 more minutes to play. What does the Dominican Republic need to continue doing to have this success, as we see a free throw after the technical foul given late to close the half as Felice knocks that down?
Well, they've been the aggressor, right? And it's kind of caught Brazil by surprise and has them a bit off kilter, a little discombobulated. They have to come out here and continue to play with that aggression, that grit, and that toughness right now. And I think that's what's really worked for them and been in their favor. You know, X's and O's are one thing, but you got to have that dog in you right now. And Dominican came out and showed that first half.
The crowd here near Cello has not affected them at all. They've been loud at moments, but the Dominican Republic have responded. They were down by as many as 10 in that first half and came all the way back and eventually taking the lead into the break. A 4-point game now as Delgado misses the first jump hook. DePaula turns the corner. Inside, Felicio, count it, and a foul.
Felicio coming right back to it. Good action there. You can see DePaula getting that ball screen. Pocket pass there with the left. I like it. Put a little kiss on it, put a little touch on it, a little air on it. And Felicio, just good hands. You can just see it here. Ball rolls into his hands, and you can see at his size, he has really good feet. Catching it in stride and just laying it, kissing it off the glass. And it's funny because you see him, he's such, you know, a big size, but he looks like just like a big teddy bear, right? Nice hands, soft feet, soft touch.
There's the soft touch indeed at the foul line as he rattles it home. Lead back down to 1. Colome starting the second half for the Dominican Republic. Coach Lopez liking his energy in that second quarter. Delgado screening for Felice, now on the roll. Good show there by Diaz. The double comes. Delgado has no idea that the shot clock is expiring, and that's a great defensive possession by Brazil.
And that's the advantage of this place being so loud as well, right? You're not paying attention, can't see the shot clock, but you're also not hearing your teammates call it out and run into a shot clock violation. Another turnover there by Brazil. Just Lucas Diaz not paying attention. Huertas saying, listen, you got to keep your head up. You got to be aware. You got to be ready.
Could hardly hear the whistle as there was a foul down low. They're going to call it on Felicio as he and Delgado were bumping. Felicio can't believe it. Here it is. That's a tough call. Colome on the baseline, attacking and finishing.
Great job there. You see Dominican using that small ball game, the quickness and finesse. Colome, a good job working that baseline.
Rojas, Diaz will go to work. Rojas trying to draw the offensive foul. A lot of flopping and a fist pump as he forces Diaz into a turnover.
Delgado again standing up, and this is how Brazil started the game, going into the post of Lucas Diaz there. And Rojas doing a good job of forcing, taking away that middle and forcing Lucas Diaz to that baseline where he's not as strong.
Felice using the Delgado screen. He attacks the rim, kicks out for Colome. Colome gets it back to Felice. Felice in the lane, floats it, gets it to go. Count it in the foul.
He's come out of that locker room focus, right? Dos Santos may have fired him up. Gets into the paint of the defense, and I like what he did there, that slow half step to let the defense slide by with the contact, and then squares himself up to the basket. You see here, 1-2, slowed it down a bit. Defense goes by, and he has a clear path, a clear look at the basket.
Feliz mixed it up with Santos in that first half to end it. And that seemed to get his juices flowing here as he starts the second half. Well, Felicio crushing it home.
He's having himself a game, man. Just out there, and Huertas in that pick and roll action there, single side, and Felicio just rolling and knows that his guard is going to get it to him.
The defense there by Huertas keeping Colome in front of him. Delgado floats it. Can't get it to go. Tapped off the rim by Diaz. Brazil trying to put together a couple of baskets. It's Huertas. Throws it up to Felicio. Oh, what a play by Delgado, knocking it off the rim. And great defense inside by Delgado, intimidating. Heady play by Delgado, didn't just concede the two. It's been those type of plays that have given the Dominican Republic the lead in this game. Feliz to the 10.
Everybody worried and focused on Delgado and his roll to the basket. Feliz just changed, getting to that strong side into his right hand there, changing speed. Doesn't touch it with the left and finishes high off the glass.
De Paula stepping out of bounds right in front of the Dominican bench. You see Martinez intense, fired up. What a back and forth swing. Momentum is getting dizzy. Keeping up with this one, Felicio above the rim. Here's a neck cam. What a delivery by Huertas.
What a catch, right? One hand, just guides it into the rim there.
That'll be Colome. Suro crossing over on De Paula. Finding some space for two. Thought he got hit. Rebound Diaz. Santos into the game for Brazil in the open floor. Goes inside to Felicio. Strong pass, good ball movement. Lozada now putting it on the deck. Santos for three. And Suro with the rebound.
Great job by Dominican, just matching up, ball moving around the court. And everybody flying out and getting matched up with the man.
Feliz for three. Left it short. The follow, and foul's going to be called on Delgado, or rather Feliz, as he grabbed the hold of Lozada. So going to the bench now as Diaz and Felicio Huertas exit. It'll be Lozada, Santos, Mariano, Minero, and the only starter left on the floor is De Paula, the shooter. Santos. Here's De Paula. Inside, Mariano, too big for Batista.
There's nothing you can do there. That's curtains right there. You get Batista that low. You get anybody that low. Mariano gets anybody for that matter. This time just happens to be Batista. Got to get some help there.
Here's Suro. Using the Delgado screen. The floater, Delgado, soft touch that time. I mean, that plays there for them pretty much every time down the floor.
Every time. And you just milk it, continue milking. And if Delgado continues to hit those mid-range floaters, then you have no reason to go away from it.
The Paula's three no good. Rojas keeping his balance and the ball in bounds as Batista calls out the set. Batista turning, finds Delgado. Fakes the handoff, now puts it on the deck. It's Batista, what a find! Oh, what a rejection! De Paula squeezing it against the glass. On the other end, De Paula in the corner. Will go to work on Batista. De Paula kicks, Lozada on the penetration to the rim. Can't get it to fall. Two players on the DR smash into each other and lose possession of the rock.
Lozada's got to be a little smarter there, right? You get one penetration, the defense is still in the paint, and you're going right back into that same, the same crowded area, crowded paint. A difficult shot gets one up. If you're going to do that, you got to make it. You have to make it. Tough shot there on that first drive. You get a kick out, extra pass, and get that drive off the second one.
DePola has not scored in this game. He's grabbed 4 boards, 2 dimes. He's 0 for 2 from the field. Lozada for 3. 5 points for Didi. His first triple comes in the third quarter. 4 to play in the period. Delgado wants to play on the block. Mariano, they're going to say Brazil basketball. Last touch by Delgado. He can't believe it. Neither can Coach Lopez. Santos, Mariano for the tie. In and out. This crowd ready to blow the roof off this joint. Rodriguez inside. Delgado attacking the rim. Strong move. Can't get it to go. No whistle. Delgado's going to get a technical foul in the backcourt. And Brazil upset about it. Delgado got 2. He's out of here. Wow.
And he has every right to be upset there. And this is, that's 2. He's out of this game. That could be the ball game. That could very well be the ball game here. You see him attack strong, and he's got to understand in this situation, he's too valuable, and the impact he's having on this game means too much to his team.
They're waiting for Delgado to clear the floor, and he's still going at the officials. He's refusing to leave the floor. Right now, take a look at Coach Lopez. A penny for his thoughts as he loses his big man that has been dominant here in this AmeriCup for him. Delgado still going. The crowd now letting him have it. Gonna have to be restrained by coaching staff. And as you said, he is way too important for this type of behavior in this big of a game.
This one hurts. This one's going to really hurt Dominican. Delgado's still giving it to the refs right now. Understandably so, but at the same time, score, maturity, and this understanding. Not only is he big for the Dominican team, but big in this game because he was a big part of their game plan, right? He was everything for Dominican right now. So this is tough. This is tough, and now you lose the size, you lose the physicality down low, and this is going to be where Brazil eats, right? They're going to take full advantage of this, and I mentioned earlier at the start of the game, the bigs are going to be the deciding factor in this match, and now Brazil's going to have the opportunity to just completely exploit the lack of size down low for Dominican. This is going to be a momentum shifter right here.
Delgado leaves the game with 7.6 rebounds as Santos drills the triple to give Brazil the lead.
You add insult to injury right now. Dos Santos with a big 3 and gets this whole place rocking. This is going to be a different game for these last 3 minutes of this third quarter.
Batista, Rodriguez can't hit it. DePola with the rebound and the push. DePola to the basket. He's fouled, and it's an unsportsmanlike foul, which will send him to the line, and Brazil will keep possession.
Just listen. Just listen to this energy here.
Out of the replay, DePaula makes the first free throw, the second one on the way, and then possession will stay with Brazil after the unsportsmanlike. That's the first 2 points for DePaula in this one. Maybe that gets him going. The double technical called on Delgado has changed this game completely. And Coach Lopez calls timeout with 2:55 to play in the third quarter. Let's listen in on the huddle. Rocking now in Recife, seeing themselves on the big screen as Brazil has grabbed momentum of this one. 51-47 the score. Coach Lopez, the tough task in front of him now, dealing with the ejection of Ariel Delgado, who picked up 2 technical fouls and leaves the game with 7 points, 6 rebounds in 23 minutes. He was having a tough night shooting from the field, just 3 of 11. But a lot of the offense goes through him, and the defense for that matter. Let's see how the Dominican Republic react to it.
And you see already, the game plan for Dominican Republic has changed, right? They're in that 2-3 zone.
Santos' deep 3 falls short. Lozada with a fresh 14 for Brazil. DePaula. Stripped by Batista. And here's Colome right to Batista, who lays it up and in. Brazil Dominican Republic gonna need more of that. That's just a bad foul by Colome, reaching all the way across Santos's body, and will send him to the line for free throws. Already without Delgado, they can't afford to lose anyone else. As Iago Santos at the line knocks down a free throw. Boy, does he just find points. And that first half, silent. And here he is now working on an 8-point night.
He gets them in bunches, right? There's some guys that score in the course of the game, evenly 2 points here, 3 points there, but when he scores, it's sometimes 5 at a time, back to back.
Batista drops Santos, then finds Colome for 3. Can't get it to go, and Sudro attacking the offensive board. Mariano fouled him, and Sudro will go to the line for 2. Without the presence of Delgado, attacking the offensive glass going to be so important for some Dominican Republic team. Sudro short arms the first, and they were averaging just over 23 offensive boards coming in to this game. Because one thing they did was crash the glass. They're going to need that in this game. Sudro misses both. Lozada in the front court as we approach the 2-minute mark here in the third. Free throws have not been kind to the Dominican Republic, shooting 55% from the line. It's Santos with 10 to shoot, looking for space. Now wants to dance on Rodriguez. Santos, the floater, can't get it to go. Sudro picks it up in the open floor. Batista Open is Rojas for three. No good. Minero traps the rebound down. Lozada had a notion, decided to think better of it. And here's Iago trying to get things organized for Brazil. 3-2 zone now for the Dominican Republic. What a rip by Batista. He's in the open floor and lays it in. The DR showing so much heart in this quarterfinal game. Minero, they go inside. Mariano rejected by Rodriguez. The foul is on Colome.
Again, just so deep right in. You know, he does such a good job just sealing you behind and moves his feet as you're trying to fight and get over him. You know, he's shuffling with you side to side, so you're pretty much sealed and locked in jail and at his mercy. Brazil doing a good job of also finding him, whether they're man-to-man and Dominican in the zone right now, just still identifying and recognizing that he's sealed low and giving, you know, a target, you know, just down there being wide and big arms.
Hasn't been able to find a touch from deep, but he's worked his way to the foul line. He's closing in on double figures, give him 9 points off the bench for Brazil. 4-point lead for the home squad. Batista, Rodriguez not going to even look at the rim from that far out. Here he is inside, a little bit more comfortable, but lost control of the basketball. Santos poked by Rojas, and Batista behind the back to Rodriguez. He missed it. Ciro taps it in.
That was scary. That could have been a scary play if you didn't come up with something out of there.
6 points and counting for Ciro.
Back in that 2-3 zone.
Once again, Mariano fighting for position down low. Can they get it to him? And they're going to call it the other way. I believe it's 3 seconds as Mariano never cleared. Boy, they gave him a lot of time to work with. Rodriguez, you got to dunk that, don't you?
You got to get it. You got to throw it down, big fella. Just give your team some energy. They're just probably overthinking the play. Just you see the ball might have slipped out of his hands at the last second.
The mayor of Clam City, Bautista, has been an annoyance to every point guard here that he's played. And the AmeriCup turnover is now mounting up for Brazil. Sudo with the shot clock turned off will dance on Minero, step back, and gets the kind roll.
Just a nice touch there. You can see it. The rotation there, hit on the bottom of the rim, and it seemed like it got over the rim there.
What a ball game in a win or go home scenario. The Dominican Republic fighting, battling with the home side. We're tied at 55 after 3. The stats from the first 30 minutes of play tell the story on your screen. And the pictures and sounds will do an even better job of telling you how close this one is. Well, stream scores and schedules, that's what you want. We got it for you. Courtside 18 at 91, the app, the home of AmeriCup coverage here in Brazil, and you are enjoying a good one here in the quarterfinals. A tie game at 55 with 10 minutes standing in between the winner and the loser jumping on a plane heading home. A lot of drama in this one. To close the half, we had Felice and Santos go nose to nose. That winded up in a couple of technical fouls. Then we had Delgado, who felt he was fouled on a shot attempt, and in one swift moment, picked up 2 techs. Didn't want to leave the floor for a while. And when he eventually did, Santos nailed free throws. That gave Brazil the momentum. That gave this crowd the energy they needed to get back into it. But how about the Dominican Republic fighting back to tie it up here as we head to the 4th quarter? It'll be Huertas on the floor. This is Mineiro, Santos, Lozada, and Lima round out the 5 here for Brazil. Mariano kicks. Leonardo for 3. Indeed! Whistle blows, and the refs and Brazil's teammates are attending to Mineiro, who took a shot to the grill. He's still down. Ooh, got the elbow on the way down from Rodriguez.
Basketball play, an inverted elbow there. Both players going for the rebound. Right after that play, Mariano with a kick out, and the best shot after an offensive rebound. Everybody's in the paint, nobody around, and rhythm 3-point shot.
Mineiro wanting the officials to review it, as he does have blood drawn in his mouth. You see him there checking to see if all the teeth are there. Coach Conte checking with Mineiro to see if he needs to check out. Mineiro said he was fine, but because Diaz went to the scores table, they're going to force a substitution. And Diaz now on the floor. So 2 bigs that could stretch the floor for Brazil here with this unit. 3-point game. That's the 5 on the floor for the Dominican Republic. Go ahead.
You mentioned 2 bigs that can stretch the floor. It almost feels like every time Brazil goes to their bench and another big comes in, they just restock with more size and more ability.
What a look by Batista, finding Rodriguez for the layup. Diaz for 3, too strong. Rebound pulled down by Sudro, who was on his back when he finally collected that board. Dominican Republic fighting back, a chance to take the lead on this possession. There's Sudro dancing on Diaz. Sudro crossing over, step back 2, way off. And that ball goes out of bounds. DePola thought he got pushed by Roas. Official saying no. And Rodriguez arguing that it was last touched by Brazil, wanting to review. And the official saying, we're not having that either. Great atmosphere here at the AmeriCup. Major tournament here for FIBA. A lot of teams made the trip to Recife. They've been well received by the fans. Even when Brazil wasn't playing, it still felt loud in this arena. As Mariano on the turn, rejected but fouled. Down low, he'll go to the line for 2 shots. We've had 3 great contests in this quarterfinals. This one is the 3rd. Only the 1 blowout, seeing Argentina get past Venezuela, but Canada sneaking past Mexico, and the U.S. on a game-winning bucket by Norris Cole getting past Puerto Rico, and a rare miss at the foul line there by Mariano. The winner of this game will move on and play Canada in the semifinals. Argentina and U.S. Have a date set in the second semifinal matchup. Mariano now with 10 points in this one. 8:30 to go in the game. It's a 2-point game. Free throw numbers favoring Brazil. Feliz gets it back from Suro. They missed Rodriguez on the roll. Feliz driving, finds Rojas. Feliz puts it up with 3 on the clock. Went glass, couldn't get it to go. And Mariano a little too aggressive on the board. He tried to make a statement rebound. The ball slipped out of his hands. See him wiping it on the goal there. Benitez stressed out in this close game. Mineiro checks out of the game, brings Diaz back. Felicio also into the game now for Brazil. Mariano sits. Huertas on the floor for Brazil as well. Batista has to get it in. They find Rodriguez. Tough look, couldn't get it to go. Feliz sneaks in, couple up fakes, no good. Rodriguez tries to tap it back, and finally, Huertas vacuums it in. It'll be Felicio setting for Huertas. De Paula spinning in the lane. Couldn't get it to go. Good help defense that time by Dominican. Colome got the steps right and finished.
And a good job there, just getting it in transition. Again, that slow step, rubbing the defense, then the defense fly by, and getting the finish. Now, Dominican's been fighting, right? You have to appreciate the grit and the toughness that they've shown, even with Delgado out of the game.
Leonardo on the air ball triple. It lands right in the hands of Rodriguez. Once again, Dominican with a chance to take the lead here on this possession. Feliz probing. Rodriguez hands to Feliz. Back to Rodriguez, the floater in and out. And Leonardo clears.
Dominicans miss a couple chippies that you got to say they're going to want back. They're going to look back at this and say, win or lose, you know, there's a couple of plays that we just didn't get above the rim.
Huertas rolling is Felicio, who pounds it home.
Again, rolling right and rolling hard to the basket. Only one defender on that single side, and Felicio may have broken the net.
He has broken the net, not may. Officials haven't seen it yet. We're going to have to stop play here in a second after this possession as Batista tries to tie it. Can't do it. And now here comes the stop and play. Well, you warned him. You have dinner plans.
I had dinner plans. I gave him one warning. You had one job, Felicio, and that was not to break the rim.
Diaz just fixed it, much to the delight of everyone here, including your plans, Felicio.
But a good job, you see there, the roll, good feet. Nobody comes over, and I don't blame them. Nobody's coming over to get in his way, and he just takes off.
Well, that was the shortest delay we've had here at the AmeriCup. Great job there by Diaz. Pickpocket, Batista on the runway, blows the layup. Pseudo battling Felicio. They're going to call a jump ball. Possession will stay here with the Dominican Republic. Boy, Batista upset at himself for missing that layup, but did a great job of getting possession in the first place. Here he is on the rock now. Dominican will take the lead with a 3. It's Sudro attacking. Tough finish over Felicio.
Tough. Get into that left hand hesitation, and then that just changed the speed into his layup package there off the left hand.
He's in double figures with 10. Now hounding Huertas. Leonardo finds Huertas from the corner. Indeed.
That's a big play. That's a big play. Gives it up, relocates, to the same side there, and nobody's out there. Nobody's coming with him. Huertas just tees it up and gets a good shot.
Oh! Rodriguez pounds it home. What a look by Batista. And every time Brazil thinks they're going to get this crowd fired up, the DR respond with a momentum play of their own.
The drop down, just getting up. Nobody in there, just sets his feet. And you can see it here, eyes on the rim. He just knows it. Missed one earlier, just gets up, just punches.
It's nasty. It's a 1-point game, under 5 to play. Leonardo open for 3. Indeed. Taps his chest, saying it's all heart, it's all passion. I'm playing for my country at home in the AmeriCup. 4-point lead. It'll be Batista. Finds Ciro. Crossing over on Lozada. Tough shot. Almost got it to the tin, but he'll earn a trip to the line for 2 foul shots.
Cejudo, he has stepped up, right? Especially in this fourth quarter here, just getting to his attacks. You see the cross-court pass and teeing it up. Opening that zone there, and that's where you got to look. Shifting the defense, making the defense move side to side. I believe it was Huertas. Just a great cross-court look and finding an open man. And you get guys this open right now, they're going to execute, right? You have 4.5 minutes left. This is game time. It's winning time. This is what these guys are here for. Here to make big shots, here to make big plays.
Well, the foul line has been an adventure for the Dominican Republic all evening long. Ciro takes the first and misses it. Coming into this game, he was shooting 71% from the line. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Missed that one even worse than the first. 0 for 4. Thiago Santos in the game. He is the closer for Brazil. Loves the spotlight, loves the moment. Dancing on Batista to the rim.
And he knows it, man. This kid loves that moment. He loves the moment. He loves the bright lights. He loves the big plays. And he comes up, he's come up time after time, play after play for them. You see Feliz here rejecting the screen.
It'll be Ciro, back to Batista. Still time for the DR to work with. Rodriguez attacking, and the foul is going to be called on Mariano with 3 ticks on the shot clock, bailing out what was a rough possession for the DR.
See here, Santos just getting through 2 defenders there, just seeing them blow by. And he makes a tough shot. He's falling down while he makes that shot, right? He's already a small guy.
Ciro will trigger the inbound before the pass gets put into play. Lozada fouls Rojas. And now Brazil no longer with any fouls to give with 3:45 remaining in the game. That's the 4th foul for Lozada. Lome will check into the game for Rojas. Officials making sure the floor is as dry as possible as we see bodies crash to the deck. It's an important possession, it feels like, for the Dominican Republic without Angel Delgado, who was ejected with 2 technical fouls. He's been their go-to player this tournament. Dominican Republic trying to keep his tournament alive. Feliz, tough shot. No good on the tap back was Rodriguez. Another offensive board. It'll be Feliz for 3. No good. Lozada vacuums it in.
And you get the ball out of your Dominican, you want to have a chance. This kid right here, Dos Santos, he plays for the crowd. You got to get the ball out of his hands.
Batista reaching in that time. He gets called for the foul. That's the 3rd team foul for the Dominican Republic, and Batista will sit, making way for Rojas.
It's a big offensive possession for Brazil.
Rather, that's the 5th foul on Batista.
This man right here, he wants to make the play. He wants to make the shot.
Leonardo. Felicio sets the screen, looking to roll to the basket. Rejected from behind by Sudro. Bucket doesn't count. Sudro's block also got some skin, which will send Felicio to the foul line.
He knows it, right? Felicio rolling, and again, that wind up. As soon as you wind up, refs, you don't give yourself a chance. Refs are calling. And he knew it. Put his hand up and made it easy call for the refs.
First free throw cashed in by Cristiano Felicio, who was working on a 12-point night. Make it 13 in 14 minutes of play. Pola and Minero checks into the game. Huertas and Diaz will exit. Eight-point lead. Who steps up for the DR? It'll be Felice waiting for Rodriguez. Has the mismatch with Felicio on him. Sudro dancing to the rack. Kicks it out. Last touched. The referees are going to discuss important call here. Both teams pointing in either direction. They're going to go to a jump ball, and it's Brazil basketball. Coach Lopez saying there was a tap out. None of the officials were able to see it. The jump ball, possession arrow pointing in favor of Brazil. And you know Santos would love to put DR to bed here.
This is his time to shine. This is where he comes alive. So if you're Dominican right now, you know exactly what's going to happen where and who wants the shot.
Huertas. Batista with 4 fouls guarding him. Hard screen there by Diaz. Santos looking for daylight. Huertas inside Felicio. Tough catch. Rojas couldn't do anything but foul him and send him to the line.
Point guard there in Huertas. See, you watch him throughout the game, right? He encourages his guys, especially the plays that he's making to his bigs. Make or miss the passes, he's always in their ear talking to them and just encouraging them. You see him on the play before, telling Felicio, you catch it up high, finish high, right? Don't bring the ball back down, and he's right.
First free throw. Good by Felicio. It's a double-digit lead for Brazil. Important moments now for the DR, who fought so hard to get back in this game. Felicio to the rack, blocked. And an intentional foul called in the backcourt. Sportsmanlike will send Felicio to the line for 2 free throws. Brazil basketball.
You gotta understand too, as frustrated as you are, you want to make a hard foul or still a frustrated foul. It's got to be just a play on the ball. Sometimes you see guys body check and get away with it. And that's because they're making those plays. You can't just grab.
That's no question. That's in a sportsmanlike. No play on the basketball.
Just grabbing aimlessly, right? You would have got away with making a harder foul, playing the ball, as opposed to this, a light foul, tic-tac foul like this, and sportsmanlike, which is going to compound the issue.
Listen to this place. Saw Felice walk through the tunnel. And because of the prior tech that he took early in the game, that is sportsmanlike, sends him to join Delgado in the showers early, and Felicio now looking to extend the lead. What a game for Cristiano Felicio here in the quarterfinals, where his team needed him most. Martinez knows his team fought and they battled to try and upset Brazil. Santos, he traveled that time.
Felicio, he owned the paint. He owned the paint. And that was one of the things we spoke about before this game even started. There's got to be, one of the keys for Brazil is the big man play, right? There's been a lot of tremendous guard play, but they had the numbers there, they had the size there, and Felicio came out and accepted the challenge. And it was really a force that nobody could do anything with down there. There was nothing that you could have done. Back to the basket, sealing defenders, and playing extremely well off Huertas, who just really found him in his raw actions. And he made it so difficult because nobody wanted to step into his weight. Because on that weak side there, rotation, nobody wanted to bump or tag. And you can understand why. That's a freight train coming down the center of the key.
It's Colome. Pseudo. Colome will tee up the three. Got it. Keeping the Dominican Republic hopes alive. A sub will come into the game. It's Diaz and Santos. Before the inbound, minute 46 remaining, you see the Colome triple. Gotta love what Colome gave the Dominican Republic this evening. 12 points off the bench. Leonardo handling the rock. Pseudo all over him. Leonardo kicks. Diaz can't get it to go. What a rebound by DePaula, fresh 14. Huertas, DePaula, Leonardo for three. Lights out.
That may have sealed the deal.
Largest lead of the game for Brazil. Roas can't hit. Rodriguez saves it. It'll be Suro crossing over, attacking the rack. Got it to go. Tough layup. The DR still fighting with under a minute to play in the game. Here's a Leonardo three. Set the crowd in a frenzy. Fist pumps all around for Brazil. Yes, little man. We love it too. Recife strong here in Brazil at the AmeriCup. shift here in Recife, looking for a party after celebrating Independence Day here in the country of Brazil. And they're about under a minute left to party well into the Thursday night. And on into the weekend, the semifinals will be played. Canada awaits in that matchup. Batista gives it to Huertas, and they just get it over the timeline. Time and score, as they say, as Santos, Batista all over him. Santos beats him. Huertas open for three.
Just make plays, right? Dos Santos just makes plays after plays after plays. And it's funny because that one was assisted to Huertas, who made the shot. And you can kind of see the passing of the baton there, right? And Huertas has been that guy for Brazil for many years and over his career. And just grooming Dos Santos to become that player, that feature guard, that stud, that star.
Well, they were tested heavily in the quarterfinals, and Brazil are going to pass with flying colors here as the clock ticks down to 0. 80-68, Brazil defeating a very game Dominican Republic here in Recife.
And you feel that energy in here. You listen to the crowd, and you can't imagine what it's going to be for the semifinals, right? Look at how these guys came out, they performed, got tested by Dominican, and just the fight, just the resilience. And remember, they had the pressure. They had all the pressure in this game, being the host team. Guys stepped up big and just adjusted, right? That, I think the turning point in this game was, 3 minutes to go in the third quarter, where Delgado picks up, 2 technicals back to back, gets ejected, and then the momentum shifts, and you hit a big three, right after that turns this game around, right? Kind of opens it up, and you can just see that the momentum that shifted, and then following that unsportsmanlike foul. So this team really came out and put the foot to the gas when it mattered, right? And also there was a maturity and composure, rather, when the game got tight, and that's where they won this game.
Cristiano Felicio is our player of the game. The game high 16 points in this one. Always had a basket whenever Brazil needed it. Almost took down the net at one point in this one. But they'll leave it up and hope for a chance to cut down the nets in the finals on Sunday. They got to go through Canada first. That's semifinal play coming up on Saturday. We'll have the day off tomorrow. Here's the best plays from the game. That was tight all the way to the end, but Brazil's class just showing up. On the other end, Dominican Republic now go home after a great showing that they should be proud of. They only have one win to show for it, but in every game it felt like they were in it, threatening with a chance to win.
Well, you can see why, right? You coming out today and playing against this team right here, this Brazilian team. There's no background to it. There's no, we're coming out here and we're going to lay down and not have any expectation of ourselves. They come out here and they compete, right? And I think that charge is led by Delgado, that passion that he plays with, that tenacity that he plays with, which unfortunately, cost him and potentially could have cost him, or may have been the reason why his team, doesn't come out victorious today. So, a gift and a curse there. But this team fights. They will themselves, and you have to give them credit for that.
No question about it. Colome had a great effort. You saw him there on the layup. We know what Batista does defensively. He's going to make a lot of money in his pro career just playing defense for a club. Felicio took down the net momentarily with this punch. But we were able to fix it, get back to business, and have a thrilling close to what was an incredible day of 4 quarterfinal games here at the AmeriCup. Well, Brazil will be moving on to the semifinals here, guaranteeing themselves a chance to play for a medal at home. The only medal they'll think about, though, is the gold medal and winning a championship here at the AmeriCup. They have to shake off Brazil. They have to shake off the Dominican Republic to do so. And if you think this crowd was loud tonight, just wait till Saturday night in the semifinals. A berth for the finals will be on the line. That will be played on Sunday. Wow. We'll get a second here to look at all 4 games and the results. It started off this morning with Canada defeating Mexico 82-77. Puerto Rico losing to the U.S. on a game winner by Norris Cole, and Argentina blowing out Venezuela. Brazil getting past the Dominican Republic. Road to the finals. Argentina, USA, Canada, Brazil. We can't wait. Off day tomorrow. We'll see you Saturday. Good night from the AmeriCup here in Recife.